Hey, we're going to talk about the 5 important things to consider when choosing an adoption agency today on All About Adoption. Hi, I'm Stephanie A. I am the adoption lady, and let's dig right in. Number 1, choose an adoption agency that is a reputable, licensed agency. So it's important to make sure that they're licensed. There are a lot of unlicensed adoption professionals out there. So that's one thing that's really important, is make sure that you know you're working with a reputable agency when you check out, and make sure that they are licensed in their state that they're working. Number 2, do your homework on the adoption agency that you're considering using. Look at their reviews. Now, one thing I'll say about reviews is that not everybody has 100% reviews, and that's okay. But what you do want to look for is you do want to look for patterns. So if you notice a pattern of negative reviews that revolve around 1 or 2 issues, then be sure you pay attention to that. Also, you can ask for references and also check them out on the BBB. So those are some ways. You can also call licensing as well and find out if they've had any licensing complaints. So those are some ways that you can do your homework on the agency that you're considering using. 3, make sure you're using an agency who requires adoption education and training and is preparing you for the adoption process. I know not all of us like to do all this education and training. You're just like, give me my baby. So just know that the adoption process, most of us have never been through the adoption process. So it's really important to take the time to educate yourself, because otherwise you're going to have a really rough time with the adoption process, and it won't go as smoothly as it could if you were prepared and you had an agency who required education. 4, look for an agency that provides not only pre-education and support, but also post education and support. So like, for example, the agency I work for, which is Adoption and Beyond, the word beyond basically is telling a family that we're here beyond the adoption. We're not here just for the adoption process. We're here to help afterwards as well. I mean, I started the adoption agency 23 years ago, so I now have kids who are in college. And so as the time goes and the children grow, I do have families reaching back out to me years later when a situation comes up or an issue comes up and they don't know quite how to deal with it. So they'll call and just get some advice from me. And number 5, choose an agency that you trust and who meets your communication needs. That's so important, particularly when you're going through the adoption process. It's really nerve-wracking. A lot of families need a lot of hand-holding, some more than others. So it's okay if you need a lot of hand-holding. You need an agency that's going to match that. And not all agencies are going to match that, and that's okay. There are ones out there that will. So just continue to trust your gut instinct on who you should work with, and just make sure that they meet your communication needs. So there's a website called infantadoptionguide.com, and Tim Elder has a course on how to find an adoption agency that's right for you. So I would encourage you to check that out. I'm going to link to that course below so you can get on the waiting list when the course opens back up again. And until next time, it is what it is. Bye.